Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Journey, the human experience to spiritual enlightenment. I am Betty Cody, and I have with me Sean Cody.
Hello, hello.
And today we have the pleasure of speaking with the Inner Method.
Very honored to meet you guys and have you on our show.
This is an amazing opportunity. I want to thank everybody that in the past few days has liked and followed our page and the wonderful comments and support. So thank you for that. And thank you for joining us while we go through the process of experiencing different things. And by far, this was our first, but I'm going to say my favorite because I'm going to be that bold.
It truly has. I don't know if you've watched our testimonies, but we are definitely big fans of what you guys do. And we were very shocked and amazed by the experience we had with you guys. So thank you so much for sharing with us and being here today.
And we have with us Germán. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Of course. Hi, my name is Germán from Miami, a trainer at the Inner Method.
And I'm Steph, Germán's work partner, also a trainer of the Inner Method.
Wonderful. All right, so we are all going to start our show today with one question, and that is something that we're on a quest for. What does enlightenment mean to you?
Ladies first.
That's a deep question. Well, we work with Kundalini activation, which we're gonna be explaining a little bit later. When we talk about Kundalini activation, enlightenment itself is the awakening of life force energy within us that allow us to open all energy centers until it reach the crown chakra, and we get a deeper connection with source, with the universe, with God, whatever you want to call it. It's also an expanding consciousness, the expansion of consciousness. And when your consciousness expands, then you get the perspective, your own perspective of life and things open up in different ways. So you can see different points of view, understanding that there's just more than one thing. There is no black and white. That is actually other ways to experience life, to understand things. That is just more than one answer to things in life.
Including this question.
She did pretty good, Germán.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to top that one. She did pretty good.
For me, for me, enlightenment is just when you have that clarity of mind, when you're able to step back and see the whole picture, and from that place act on it.
You guys did so much better than I did.
Yeah.
That's one of the things we started out when we started the show, is we researched, what does enlightenment mean? And we were surprised to find out that it means so many things to so many different people. So that was just an exciting topic to kind of bring into
Even
the show.
ChatGPT.
What does it mean? Even ChatGPT has its own ideas.
We're like, let's ask everybody. That is wonderful. So we want to talk a little bit about our experience with the Kundalini activation. It is something that we've seen you guys now a few times. And every time we go, we have very different experiences, all of them great. And just different things that I feel that maybe I take from that I may have needed at the time, or, it's just, no two experiences are the same. And then we've also done it together separately online, and we've had friends do it as well. So we kind of want to see how everybody kind of reacts to it, and I'm like, just be honest, raw and honest. That's all we want, And so when it comes to the Kundalini activation, and I'm trying to explain to people what it is, what does it mean?
It's just like the question that you asked in the beginning. It has different answers or perspective for everyone. In the sessions that we do, we are doing a transmission of energy, of prana. And everyone goes through a different process. And the whole idea of Kundalini is this divine force that we all have within us. It's our vitality, it's our sexual energy, that we are able to use it to heal ourselves, to expand, to connect with the universe. So it says that this energy, which it's rooted in the Hindu culture, is dormant in the base of your spine, in your lower chakras, which is your lower energy centers. And when we awake and activate this energy, it's going to start traveling up through the spine, opening all these energy centers until it reaches the crown chakra and the pineal gland. And then you get enlightened.
Mhm. So when you are a first time, let's say, do you consider them students? Do you consider them clients? What do you consider someone that shows up to your facility or wherever you're doing it? What is that? Are they a patient? I mean, because I almost feel healed. A participant. Great. So there we go. So participant.
Teachers and students, and you'll see that in the session. Yes.
Wonderful. So when a participant comes in and they've never done anything like this, they've never experienced anything like this, what would you say is the main, I guess, like one of the top things that you would advise them to do?
So it's to come with an open mind. It's very important to believe in something greater than yourself when you come in the sessions. To come with a curious point of view, because if you're not curious, you're not able to explore. And this is about really exploring the depths within.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, when you have someone that's brand new and obviously everybody has different experiences and they submit, I guess, let go. That, when I did mine, I did my first one and I was a little bit self-conscious of what was going on. Was I doing it right? Was I, your mind takes over. But I did, through that experience, then was able to kind of start accepting it and feeling that love, feeling that connection. One of the things that I loved about you guys is that you literally made it feel like you wanted me to feel better. Like you were there to help through the process, not necessarily tell me what to do, but be there to guide us in a loving way of, I felt like I wasn't going to fall. You know what I mean? If that was the best way to explain it. So when you're letting go, that letting go is difficult, especially when you've never done meditation or anything like that before, right? Do you have any tips on what to do at that point when your head's just kind of going?
No, I think Germán and I, we were the same, actually, in our first encounters with this energy and with this type of modalities. We're both very rational people, and we come from a corporate background, so we understand you 100%. For us, it was difficult the first few times to understand how to let go. It sounds so easy, but it's really complicated. And sometimes people it have the same myth as meditation. People think that in meditation is being able to sit down and have your mind in blank and not think anything and not feel anything. And in reality, it's not that, because you're still human, you're still alive. So your mind, which is an instrument of your own consciousness, is going to keep, thinking, talking. And that's completely okay. And it's completely normal. So it's not about shutting up the mind. It's about becoming an observer of it without identifying too much with it. So when these thoughts come and you're thinking, am I doing this right? Is this working? Is not working? Maybe this is not for me. It's about not saying, oh my God, Steph, you just need to shut up. No, it's about, I see you. I see that I'm anxious. I'm seeing that I'm creating expectation. I see that it's my ego talking. So I'm just becoming an observer without identifying too much with the emotions or the ideas around it.
Wow.
And I could add something, like we take many roles during the day. We do many things during the day, and our mind is constantly going. It doesn't stop. So it happens with any meditation, not just this one. But when there's no sound and you're with yourself, and then you start inquiring, and then you realize that there's that voice inside your head that doesn't ever stop talking. That's probably repeating what I'm saying right now. So it's the body enters this, like, there's danger. There's something wrong here. I'm not used to this. So in the practice, you learn how to quiet that voice in the process of surrendering.
And one of the ways to quiet that voice is to connect with the body. And that's how we embody this energy. It's understanding that the first messenger of your intuition and the things that you're feeling is not the mind, it's actually the body. The body is always giving you clues of what's happening inside of you first than the mind. It's that we're used to not listen to our body. We're always in the day-to-day. I have to work, I have to travel, I have to drive, I have to do this and that. And we're always in the upper chakras. And this energy allows us to go down and start connecting with this life force, with this vitality. What is it telling us?
Amazing. So when you guys started this, you said that you were in the corporate world. What initiated just the idea or doing this?
You want to start?
You guys are like pioneers at this here because there's not a lot of people that do that here.
Yeah, well, I've been spiritual my whole life. I was raised Catholic. I was very connected with that religion itself. And then as I started grow, I liked philosophy. So that's how I started entering. Mm-hmm. And then through different challenges that I had in life, mostly related with health, with my own health, physically and mentally, I started to look for different answers. So I started doing meditation. Meditation called Vipassana meditation, which is a 10-day silent retreat. And I was around 23 years old. And that's how I entered this world of spirituality. Mm-hmm. But I kept doing my regular marketing job. That's what I used to do. And then I'm originally from Venezuela. I came to the States when I was 24, and I disconnected from this world a little bit until again, and I had other health challenges and other things in life, and nothing was helping me. And I just had this goal that I needed to go back to me, to myself, to my passions, to what I feel connected with. And I started looking around for different things until I found out about Kundalini energy and about this modality, and it just shifted everything for me. It truly saved my own life.
Wow.
So that's why I decided to learn more, study somatic psychology, holistic psychology, and help other people to be able to see light and say yes to life again, just the way I did. So it became my life mission to share this practice with other people.
Wow. So it comes from a very, very powerful place. Absolutely. How about you?
So for me, as I don't know if I mentioned, so I'm originally from Argentina, and coming here was a challenge. I feel like this wasn't ever said, but like I had that perfectionism mindset from the get-go, and coming here, it was all about the grades and the like, how am I gonna get into a university and all that. It was very meticulous on how I was gonna get a job and all that. Learn English from scratch, and so I was very much in my mind. I had not explored the emotional side of me. A Capricorn, very black and white, very analytical, and so after I had achieved what I thought I wanted, like I got into the corporate world, doing very well as a software engineer, managing a team. I sort of like, there was something lacking, and it was the connection. And when I became a manager, I was so overwhelmed by, I want to be the best manager. I want to help everybody. Like, I want to make sure that I'm there for them, but I didn't know how to get to it. And I was overwhelmed. And I feel like there's different pillars in life. And when, let's say, your family, work, and home are in agreement, it's great. When one is lacking, the other ones can withstand the rest of the pillars. But then when two are not okay, then there's an issue. And so I started having issues in our relationship, and I was running on overload. And so I started trying different things, sound healing, breath work, until I got to Kundalini activation. And the first session I went to, of course, money mentality, with like, and how I'm spending my money. Like, I just spent this much. I wasted 5 hours of my life. I will never do this again. Little did I know. it was it took me, so the integration from the first session wasn't like most experiences, like some people do it and then they're like, okay, I will go back, or I felt something. No, for me it was just like, this was a waste. I don't ever want to do this again. And 3 weeks later, I woke up with the biggest aha moment, and I'm like, it was that. I have to do that. I have to do it again. So that was I'm like, oh, how did you get into it? Like, it was a combination of things. And that's why I'm saying, like, there has to be a curiosity. You need to, something needs to be not off, but you need to be aware that there's something bigger than yourself. Because when I was in a routine, I couldn't see this, but I had to really step back and say, hey, you know what? I want to work on these things. But many people come to sessions and it's like, my life is great. I want to improve, like, I want to make it even better. But this is that's sort of like my take on it. And then of course I started improving. We did breathwork training, also coaching, and of course improving all the tool sets that we include in our trainings.
I love that. So you did talk about relationships. I noticed that, like, one of the things that you guys, when you start your class and you introduce each other, you're best friends. How did that come about? You came from two completely different countries, and then you're here together doing amazing things. How did that happen?
Yeah, we're not in a relationship. And one thing, we are boyfriend girlfriend, but we're not. We're best friends. We truly love each other, and when we work with energy and with feelings, of course, the connection and bond that we have, it's bigger, and it increases, and we have been teachers and students of each other, and we still are. We were both in Miami, but we went to the same training.
Oh, wow.
Together, and that's how we met. Yeah, and since then we just click, and it happened.
You can literally feel that
Right.
that pure friendship, and it just like resonates through everything. Everything that you guys do. It's like you genuinely just love each other as people.
One of
That's beautiful.
exactly.
From the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep, we're constantly on the phone with it.
Yeah.
I love it.
One of the things Betty and I noticed when we started looking into these classes, and it really felt like we were being called to this. We started this journey to do these things probably back in November.
Mm-hmm.
And it was very funny because we started looking into different things, and there were certain things that would just keep coming back to us and keep coming back to us. And this particular one, I had seen it a few times, and to be honest, I saw the videos and I was like, it's a little bit much for me. I'm not going to go and get up and where I'm dance. Somebody's going to convince me to dance around. I don't know about all that.
Sean and I have very different types of personality. Obviously,
I kind of kept swiping left on this and looking for something else and looking for something else, and it kind of kept coming back to me.
And then it came to me.
It kept coming back to me. And all of a sudden we're on the lanai, and Betty's like, "This keeps coming to me. I think we just need to go ahead and do this." And all of a sudden she shows it to me, and I was like, "It's those videos. It's the inner method. It's those videos from the inner method." And that's what we ultimately came and did this with you guys over. But did you guys kind of have that same calling initially when you started first looking into Kundalini? Did it kind of come to you like that, or did it seem to?
I was desperate in that phase in my life. I was going through so much, and I didn't know what to do. So I started to meditate again, and I started to connect more with spirituality. And I was trying different sessions around Miami. And I went to a breathwork session, and I remember a girl telling me, "Oh, if you really like this, you should try Kundalini activation." And the beautiful story behind that is that I did. Many things happened. I became a facilitator. I met Germán, and we did our first session together in Miami as facilitators. And the same girl who told me about this modality came to my first class.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Full circle.
Yeah.
So because she didn't know it was me, I didn't know it was her. She just signed up for the class.
So it called you guys.
And when I saw it, I was like, "This, it's a full circle. I cannot believe it."
It's like you are where you're supposed to be.
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
what you guys are saying, it's how it is. Like somehow things start to align, and what is for you, it's meant for you, and there's a reason for you to be there.
Just going to chase me down and have me go risk dancing.
And there you go. And make them go do that.
I'll make sure that we take you out for a dance.
Next time,
Right?
next time you guys are going to pick me up, make me do it. I got it.
It's not gonna go to any other class anymore.
There you go.
Speaking of other classes, I love that there's actually multiple things you guys do. So you have the Kundalini Awakening, which was basically where you just let go, you lay down, and you experience this. I'm going to say that, because it is an experience. But you also have a breathwork class, which, to be honest, that one's the one that got me like, boom, okay. Now I can't deny it.
That one was overwhelming for me too.
Does breathwork, do you have to take one and the other, or do you pick one, or is it better to take more? How do you gauge it?
Okay, so it works a little bit different. So in Kundalini activation, you're generating the process on your own. There are practices like Kundalini yoga, qigong, where you ask the energy to rise, and that is breath work that you're doing. So in the awakening, which is our breath work session, there the experience is guided. So it's a completely different take on it, because we're telling you what you need to do. There's different rounds of activation and then relaxation, working on different aspects of like we're working on the window of tolerance. We're working with pendulation in a different way. So we're guiding you the entire time.
And you're teaching people how to breathe, really, because I didn't realize that I didn't know. It sounds weird. I didn't know how to breathe. I breathe like super shallow, like very like let me not make any noise. Let me not make any, take up any space, And then also you're like, no, take a deep breath, fill up your stomach, push out. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. I didn't know it went that far, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Like you start shutting off functions of your body, things that are there to help you, like get you to a better peak of everything, spiritual, mental, physical. And then you're like, wow, something as simple as breathing. I told him after I got out, I'm like, I can't believe I don't know how to breathe. Like, this is so stupid. Like, how do I not know how to breathe? Like, I just learned how to breathe, like in reality. That was amazing that you guys do that. You guys also have Inner Method Academy, which is to help people that want to kind of be like you guys and they want to share this with other people. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. So we've been doing this for a while, and we were ready to expand. We have studied different things, and we wanted to come up with our own method, what has helped us and our clients here in Miami. So we decided to join forces, create the Inner Method Academy, and to just combine a couple of things related with breath work, with trauma-informed practice, to make this work very ethical, to allow people to understand different tools like acupuncture pressure points, body work, how to work actually with the physical body, the energetic body. So yeah, we opened our own academy and our own method, and it has been great. We've been able to teach people who already came to our session as participants, and now they are facilitators within the academy. And just seeing the way they transform their life, how they evolve. Because in the training itself, you not only learn how to facilitate this for others, but it's really a profound experience for your own personal development. So there's a huge shift and an evolution that happens in the training itself.
Yeah, I noticed right away in your classes that I could feel like an energy coming from you guys. Is that something you guys think you're able to teach to everyone, or is it certain people that you feel like are able to do what you guys do, to go into a classroom or that and just put out so much energy for that classroom?
Yeah, well, it's a transmission of energy. the Kundalini activation is the transmission of prana, of energy. It requires for you to be grounded. It requires for you to start vibrating in a higher frequency. Everyone can receive prana and move prana through your body. But yeah, sometimes it requires certain sensibility for a facilitator to hold space, for people to have that sensibility to understand how to guide the energy. And that's why in our academy, we have an application process where we truly want to select the people that have the good intentions, that understand our values as a company.
So it's like going to a university. You have to be selected to be able.
It is important because there's a lot of responsibility. You are putting people in a state of vulnerability, where they're open completely. Their mind, their heart, their bodies are open to work with this beautiful sacred medicine that we all have within us. So it's important that you understand how to be trauma informed, how to regulate the nervous system, how not to overwhelm people, how to work with the body itself, how to what to touch, where to touch to help them release even more, how to transmit this energy in a healthy way so people can potentially have a healthy Kundalini rising through the energy.
That is good.
Is that something you guys kind of feel with each person about, where they're needing that help, and what chakras that they're having trouble with? Is that something you kind of feel as you walk around? And because I noticed with myself, you came around and touched me in a few different places and a few different times, and there were a few similarities in every class, but each class was also a little bit unique. I mean, is that something you just kind of get a feel for as you go around the class?
I wanna say something. I don't wanna get you too much in the mind, because if I tell him yes, then he will think that if I'm touching his heart, he will be like, "Oh my God, my heart has something."
Right.
You did. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but we can sense, we can see through different senses.
Is that like a blockage that you are feeling, or is it like or is it where the most energy is, or how are you identifying that?
It could be both, whether we are feeling where there's more energy concentrated or stored, where is the blockage, or maybe just how we need to guide your body to start moving the energy.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes you're too open, sometimes you're too close, and we try to work with you. But in the end, it's like when this is something that we use also in sessions, we take you out for a dance, and in the middle of the dance floor, you can choose to dance with us, or you can stay put and not dance. You have to engage too. It takes two.
It does take two. When it comes to the music that we're listening to, because this is very different than, when everything's like silent and they want you to meditate, like quiet, right? Does that just set off a different reaction? Does it wake up different things in your body? And what's the connection to the music and what we're doing?
Yeah, music is vibration, and we are water as human being, and water responds to vibration. So yeah, we select the music specifically for different moments of the session itself. Each sound, each beat, each tone helps to activate different energy centers in your body. We also make sure that the music itself has some moments of activation and some moments of relaxation, so the person is not overwhelmed all the time. So yeah, there's a little bit of science and technique behind the
Yeah, I felt that flow with the music.
We did. That was one of their kind of, when we were comparing notes of, we felt like it was like we were on a journey. Like it felt like we were like when you get on a roller coaster and you're all sitting there,
intense and then calm,
and then you're like, oh, this is kind of scary, and then you hit the top, and then you realize, oh no, this is kind of fun, and then and then you kind of release things, and then you're like, okay, wow, we did that. Like, that was cool, and then, can I go again? It kind of felt like that. So it was
I spent a lot of hours putting together the playlist for everybody.
It was amazing. It was like perfect. It was like watching a perfect show from the beginning to the end, and you get all the pieces in the middle. It took you through that emotional ride, and you were part of it, like you're the vehicle for that ride, which is cool on top of that. That's great.
What's
There
that?
are several neurotransmitters that start to release during the session: dopamine, endorphins, oxytocin. Many things are happening in the nervous system as well. Just activation of the sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic. We are doing a whole recalibration of the body.
So when there's all these things that are happening, there's a physical reaction to it too. So do you have people that come back and say, well, I felt like I felt this way coming in, and I either after this session or weeks later, I felt a relief in something. Maybe, I don't know, my blood pressure went down a little bit because I'm not as anxious and
Mine did.
nervous. His did, which is really neat. Me, I felt like my sciatic nerve, I never had sciatic problem before. And I guess with stress and everything else, I just tense up my body like this the whole time. And it was just like, let it go. And I just released it. And all of a sudden that pain that I had shooting down my leg was not, it's like I forgot that it even existed. You know, I did feel a physical reaction. Do you have many people that confirm that they feel something physical?
Well, actually, there's a lot of great examples of like that prove that this works. There are women that are able to conceive. There like back pain that goes away. Leaving medications that they've taken for years.
Yeah, you know, we are our own medicine. So we are releasing naturally. And I'm talking here like this is as a scientific approach, because of course there's an emotional, energetic, and even spiritual aspect of the session itself, which I'm not touching right now, but related with science, since we are releasing neurotransmitters. So we are releasing dopamine, endorphins. All of that helps with pain, with chronic pain. All of that helps with people who suffer with depression or chronic fatigue. There's also a component in our activation where we also working through body work, so direct manipulation of the body. Sometimes we press a little bit harder. Sometimes we stretch the body because we're stretching the fascia, which is a conductive tissue that holds the body together. And when we're going through a lot of tension, then this conductive tissue gets like, how do you say that? Like wrinkle. And that creates
all compressed in there, and you have to kind of,
it creates pain.
Yeah.
So by helping releasing the fascia, we are allowing the flow of energy to move through you easily. Everything, the blood, the cells, the oxygen through your body. So it's a natural way to help with all these different type of condition. And what Germán was saying, people who have withdrawal pills, I was one of them. I was taking sleep medication because of the different things I was going through since I was 17. And I was taking them for more than 12 years. I was taking benzodiazepines. And trying to withdraw from them were very difficult. And it wasn't until I started doing this that I was cold turkey, removing all of that.
Wow.
And I believe it. It truly saved my life.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's
and I was
amazing.
the type of person who'd be like, no, this is impossible. And I have all these issues. Here's the paper. I can show it to you. There's nothing emotional, nothing about trauma, nothing about tension. And no.
And then it's like, let me prove you wrong, huh? All of a sudden,
it works. It slaps you on the face right away.
Right. A wake-up call. That is amazing. With all the things that we're talking about here, I know a lot of questions were kind of coming up from people that when they heard about our experience and we share with them, they were like, well, is it hypnosis? Is it any way related to hypnosis? That was one of the questions I kept getting.
Well, you know, in the beginning, as you guys know, we do a little meditation and breathing exercise just to take you out of the mind. But to be completely honest, we haven't learned hypnotherapy yet. We should.
Right?
Yeah.
Make it there like,
yeah, but it's not. I feel like it's not us as people doing hypnotherapy itself, which it will be with our voice and guiding you through a meditation.
Yeah.
It's more of the sense of the transmission of energy that allows you to open your mind and expand enough to fall into this like out of hypnosis type of feeling where you feel like you are being taken by this energy moving through you. And of course the music helps and change different brain waves in your brain. Takes you from beta to gamma to delta, theta brain waves, and all of that. It's creating that journey that you guys were talking about.
This is a very beautiful connection between what I feel like spiritual, because you do find that spirituality in it, but also scientific, because there's just a mix of using basically all the tools that are available in creating the space that you guys create, And the thing about them, if you follow the Inner Method, you can find them. theinnermethod.com is their website. They also have a Facebook page. Make sure to follow the Inner Method, because they travel. Basically, I've seen you in Sarasota, Orlando, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Homestead. You guys are like everywhere, Naples, doing this. Do you feel when you walk into the space, like you guys own that space? It doesn't matter if you're a guest there. It feels like that's your space. Is that something you do anything to prepare prior when you start going to a new place to practice?
We cleanse it, but honestly, it's not necessary. It's us being there and having you that fills us up with what we need to continue this work. We're trying to expand consciousness in the end, and the space is just an instrument.
And you know what it is that we are so passionate of what we do, and we have so much joy and love that we are just grateful, really grateful to be there, to go to Orlando and be sold out, to go to Naples and be sold out. And we feel that you are the ones who are welcoming us, and we feel the love. So we want to give it back. And it's just two best friends showing to the world the things that allow us to expand and to heal. This is our mission. So it's just a reflection.
Excellent. So if you guys want to also book any sessions with them, make sure that you visit them on Eventbrite as well. That's where you can do your booking directly through them. They have a lot of different ones. I know they have a really cool one coming up, which I'm like, I want to go to that.
You're
An
gonna have to
outdoor
reschedule that
session.
one so we can make it. We can't make it on the 15th. We're gonna have to.
Yeah,
move that
we're gonna have to go back
day.
another time, because this time we can't. But
Yeah.
but you have like even an outdoor session outside in the park, I believe it is. You have inside different yoga studios that you guys are doing. I know you have Orlando coming up in Sarasota, and then you're visiting Naples again in March, I believe.
Yes, 8th.
On the 8th. And Tampa.
And Tampa.
Okay, so this is so you guys keep track. So if this is something that you want to do, make sure that you contact them. If you're not in Florida, we just did the online session today. So
That
you
was a
can
very good
start
session
that
as
as
well.
well, see the process. And then you're in the privacy of your own home, and you do this with them, and you can feel, how you feel about it. So you understand what's going on. There's so many different levels of this that you can literally incorporate into your life. Last question I'm going to do before we go here. If you were a doctor and you have to write a prescription of how many times somebody should do something, how many times do you take that pill?
Like the matrix question.
Right.
Take the red or blue pill.
Right. What would a healthy dose of a prescription would be?
The politically correct answer.
Yes.
Every person is different, so some people resonate with the energy right away, or you could be an edge case like me that it's like, oh my god, it took me 3 weeks and then I started coming back, and then so it really depends on, sometimes you go with an intention normally, or something that you're working on or you want to leave behind, and what people don't realize is, for that alignment to happen, so many other things need to fall in place, things that are seen, things that are unseen, and surrendering to the process means allowing to whatever life throws at you. And if it's the divine timing, you will get that intention realized. But it's a matter of being open to whatever is being thrown at you. Sometimes we take things for granted. Some people think that like if you're late by 15 minutes, that you're late. But what if you were right on time because you had to take a call, talk to someone, see something? Everything is working just the way it needs to be.
That's beautiful.
At the end of the day, this is a natural process. You're not taking anything, so it's completely safe. What is truly important is for people to also understand that integration is vital. So after each session, it's not only about the phenomenon that is happening in the session or the different sensations, also how this energy is taking you into your own inward journey and how you're doing your own work to be a better person and to move forward and exceed in the things that you need to get better in life and within yourself. That's the whole point of the expansion and evolution.
So it's kind of like you can't go to the gym one time and expect, everything to change. You have to make
keep
little
growing muscles for years.
Yeah.
That too much gym or going every day for 4 hours is just gonna overwhelm you and you're gonna be too tired. So it's important for also rest and understand how to nurture your body. So
So you're right at that balance. We're back to balance, huh? It's all about that beautiful balance.
It always comes down to balance.
Well, we want to thank you so much. You guys have been phenomenal. And I feel like, honestly, I've known you for years for some weird reason. You're just really amazing people doing amazing things. And I really hope that as many people as possible come into contact with you guys so that they can have a change in their life and in their soul and everything that happens. So I really, really thank you so much. Again, check these guys out. Theinnermethod.com is their website. Check them out on Facebook and also Eventbrite. If you're looking to book a session, you definitely want to do that. I recommend it. Do it.
And
Just do it. Don't be scared. Do it.
We look forward to seeing you guys in Sarasota. We're going to be coming up there on the 16th with some friends. So we look forward to seeing you guys.
Yeah, we're
again.
rounding up the troops. We're coming.
Thank you so much, guys. You have been wonderful.
You guys have a great one. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.